For years, I couldn't figure out why losing weight felt like an uphill battle. I'd watch my friends eat whatever they wanted and stay effortlessly thin, while I felt like I was cursed to work twice as hard for half the results. It was frustrating, confusing, and honestly, pretty lonely. But here's what really surprised me after maintaining 12% body fat with minimal effort. It actually wasn't just the carnivore diet. When I first went carnivore, I gained weight instead of losing it. That's when I knew my friends were hiding simple, overlooked habits that kept them looking and feeling great without the constant struggle. I've shared these strategies with thousands of Steak and Butter Gang members. Now I want to give you those 4 secrets so you save yourself the years of confusion, frustration that I used to feel. Now, the first secret is one you'd never notice. When I would go to social events as a former vegan or even as a new carnivore, I'd eat to fullness, but then keep grazing because I felt like I wouldn't get this food later. I kept snacks packed in the car in case I ever got hungry. I realize now that I was afraid of hunger. Maybe because I hated how uncomfortable and angry hunger made me. Or maybe because I knew if I got hungry, I would overeat. So I was trying to preemptively eat to avoid it. Whatever the reason, it ironically caused me to overeat anyway. In contrast, my thin friends and now me for the past few years would listen to their bodies and eat only when hungry and stop when full. But honestly, that's easier said than done these days. It's a huge leap to go from decades of a food scarcity mindset to a food abundance mindset. There are 2 things I did that serve as a bridge towards a food abundance mindset. Number 1, you need to let go of the fear of eating. Whether it's overeating or undereating, you're destined for weight stalls if you don't actually know when you're hungry. Enter the priming protocol. What is priming? So priming basically is eating 3 meals a day for a set period of time and actually being intentional about eating those 3 meals every single day. I don't care how afraid or confused you feel about your appetite, about eating more, but you need to be intentional about these 3 meals a day for that set period of time. For me personally, having the discipline to prime actually helped me learn my body's hunger and satiation cues fully and honestly. It really allowed me to finally let my body feel safe that I was going to consistently feed it enough food every single day without binging, without restricting, and because of that, my body finally let go of the extra fat, the extra inflammation, and all the water weight, because it finally felt safe to do so. Now, I see so many people who have lived years, if not decades, of under-eating. It has basically become their new normal. When under-eating and eating toddler portions become your new normal, guess what your body does? It down-regulates its metabolism. So your metabolism becomes less and less efficient. So the less you eat, the more fat your body holds onto. No matter how hard you exercise, you will not be able to lose any fat. Your body is clinging on to every ounce of fat because it is in starvation mode. If that isn't bad enough, your hormones also slowly become more and more wrecked. You might start experiencing irregular periods if you're menstruating. For those who are going through menopause, you will definitely be experiencing a lot of mood swings, hot flashes, hair loss even, poor sleep. Under eating really seeps into every aspect of your life and mental health, and not in a good way. Another mental trick is to set a goal that you will be hungry after 3 to 4 hours of eating, so you're not afraid of the uncertainty of when it will happen. If you're hungry before then, add a small fat snack like raw beef fat trimmings, or a scoop of your favorite carnivore tallow, or try my brown butter bite recipe. Once you get to the 5 or 6 year mark on a carnivore diet like me, you might even want to preemptively strike the cravings by having a stick of butter every morning. Remember, the goal right now is to eat intentionally and without any fear, because guess what? When you feel fear and you feel that worry and concern of possibly gaining weight, of possibly not succeeding, that fear translates into cortisol spikes. When your cortisol is spiked and constantly high, your body again will not feel safe to let go of extra weight. So that brings me to my second food abundance mindset secret. If you're like I was, you may be eating in front of screens or eating very, very quickly. For your next meal, put a timer in front of you and set a goal for the serving to last 20 minutes. If you finish before then, you're eating just a little bit too fast. Level up by 2-minute increments until you naturally take about 20 to 25 minutes to finish each serving. The reason this is helpful is because we all know the main problem isn't just hunger, it's cravings. Some of you out there will understand how cravings can literally distort your perception of reality. After a 6-year stint on the vegan diet, and while I was still healing on a carnivore diet, if I wasn't eating food, I was thinking about what I wanted to eat. I would end up scarfing down my meals, whether or not I was hungry, just because I was too engaged elsewhere, like watching TV or having anxious thoughts or just being so obsessed with food. Hunger signals don't shout. They whisper. So it's not just about choosing what you put in your body. It's also about how you do it and controlling your environment to the best of your ability. What about the things that I can't control? Let's say something stressful happens at work or something unexpected comes up that throws you off your schedule. If I was on track with my plan and losing weight slowly but steadily for a few weeks, I'd feel I've been so good that I've earned to eat unintentionally, like a release, which would then, of course, set me back and make me very upset with myself, keeping me off track for weeks. What happened is that food was my go-to for every emotion. Food provided relief from stress, boredom, and all the uncomfortable feelings. Food is how I connected with friends. Food is also how I celebrate doing well at my goals, even if that goal was to control my food. And if my relationship with food is one of joy, connection, and relief, why would I want the opposite? Who wants misery, disconnection, and stress? But then, if you look at your thin friends, you'll notice they eat out of hunger 95% of the time and just 5% out of cravings, while I was eating 50% and some weeks even 70% out of cravings. Going from 70% to 5% is a huge leap. Instead, there are 3 things that form the bridge to reversing your ratio between hunger and your emotional cravings. First, it's sometimes hard to tell if the urge to eat is out of hunger or emotion. To know which it is, I've gotten into the habit of asking myself 2 questions. Number 1, has it been 3 to 4 hours since I last ate a meal? 2, would I be satisfied if I ate raw beef fat trimmings or a bite of a stick of butter? If the answer is no to both, this is cravings. So if I still want to eat my emotions, I can at least outsmart myself and hold the horses back before they run away. However, if the answer to one or the other is yes, then you have committed the cardinal sin of under-eating on a carnivore diet. So now that I've identified that what I'm experiencing is in fact an emotional craving, the second thing I'll do is adding a speed bump to my cravings. So I drink some water. Many times it really is a sign of dehydration. This doesn't mean you have to chug a gallon of water just to make the cravings disappear. Just drink a couple of reasonable sips of water because hydration is a key to hormone regulation. So by drinking a couple sips of water up front when you're hungry, you could easily avoid unnecessary cravings altogether. This really does help you kill 2 birds with 1 stone, lowering the chance of misinterpreting your body signals regardless of what diet you're on and promoting better hydration. Especially if you're on a carnivore diet, hydrating with more than just water is very important. Some adaptation symptoms that I hear my members get every single time they go carnivore: headaches, muscle cramping, and lower energy than usual. I typically see this as an electrolyte imbalance. So how to balance your electrolytes? Salt your meals a little bit more generously with a high quality salt, or just lean on a trusty high quality electrolyte supplement. This is the one that I recommend. It is from the brand Element, and specifically this blue colored box labeled raw unflavored. This one has no stevia, no flavorings. It's just the 3 electrolytes our body needs: sodium, potassium, and magnesium. These are what the little packets look like. You just rip one open, pour in whatever you're drinking, mix it up, drink it down, and you're good to go. You all can get a free sample pack like this, and it does include the raw unflavored with any purchase. If you go to the URL shown on the screen, drinkelement.com/SBGAL. I've also linked them down below. Now, last but not least, after I quell that emotional craving, I immediately, and I mean immediately, go for a win by doing a habit I want more of. For example, a 5-minute walk, going outside in the sunlight, grounding in grass, playing with my dogs. It doesn't have to be life-changing or difficult, just something that gets the positive juices flowing in your body. Because the real reason why your thin friends have a different relationship with food is not just mental or emotional, but chemical as well. There are two things I recommend as a bridge towards exercise as playtime. One, instead of looking at what you enjoyed as a kid, look into the future of what your perfect relief would look like. What are you doing there? For example, for me, long neighborhood walks with my golden retriever, Simba. This is going to be a process of experimentation, but even if you don't stick to what you try, you're keeping active, relieving stress, and curbing those cravings. It's a win regardless. And second, no matter what you settle on, everybody's future life involves being able to walk for an hour or two without dread. So regardless, build in 1,000 step increments per day to start, and then aim for 6,000 to 12,000 steps daily. For those of you who want to track your progress, I recommend downloading a step app on your phone or your smartwatch. Track how many steps you're getting in right now. This is going to be your sufficient goal for steps every day. Then I recommend setting an upper goal by adding 1,000 steps to your sufficient goal. When you're able to meet your upper goal for 2 weeks straight, then your upper goal becomes your new lower goal. So if you're getting in 2,000 steps a day right now, try aiming for 3,000 steps for the next 2 weeks straight, and then 4,000 steps for the 2 weeks after that until you arrive at the 6,000 to 12,000 step final goal. The most important thing here is to be consistent and to set the bar low enough that it minimizes the all or nothing thinking of, I ruined my day, so I might as well start tomorrow. Stick to your sufficient steps for as long as you need and keep trying, because you're still contributing to your metabolic rate in a really big way. Okay, so the last truly effortless secret of my naturally thin friends is how seriously they take their sleep. Sleep is a critical role for managing cravings and weight loss because it directly influences your metabolism and hormone balance. When you're well rested, your body is better able to regulate hunger hormones like ghrelin and leptin, which control our appetite and satiety. Plus, adequate sleep supports muscle recovery and maintains a healthy resting metabolic rate, which ensures that you burn calories more efficiently throughout the day. Sleep optimization is something I have been really focusing on the last few years as I've been getting busier and busier. And I've pretty much tried every sleep optimization hack in the book. Instead of wasting your time going through all 30 or 40 different sleep hacks, I'll just give you the 4 simple strategies you can start using today that are guaranteed to help you fall asleep faster, deeper, and more restfully. Number 1 is the fact that while you may understand the concept of weekdays and weekends, your body does not. All it wants from you is to be predictable. All 7 days of the week, wake up at the same time. Typically, this will be your weekday wake-up time. So you may be groggy if you tend to go to sleep late on the weekend nights. But if you keep sticking to waking up at that time, you will also start feeling sleepy sooner, earlier in the day. After 1 to 2 weeks, you'll be surprised at how smoothly you fall asleep and wake up. Number 2, something I've talked about a lot on this channel is eating earlier in the day. Your body functions best when it receives fuel during daylight hours, as this aligns with our natural circadian rhythm. So try to have a satisfying breakfast and or lunch, giving your body the energy it needs to power through the day. By avoiding those late night meals and dinners and having your last meal of the day 5 or more hours before bedtime, you're allowing your digestive system to settle, which makes it easier for you to fall asleep and stay asleep. I personally find that I not only feel more energized during the day, but I also wake up feeling way more refreshed and ready to tackle the morning when I eat an early dinner. Number 3 is very simple, a dual-barreled routine I do every night before I go to sleep and first thing in the morning after I wake up. It's basically to wake up every morning and to get sunlight into my eyes immediately after waking up. This helps reset and signal to our body that it's time to be alert. And the last thing I do every night is making sure I wear my blue blocking glasses. Now, I get my blue blocking glasses from Bon Charge because they're extremely high quality, lightweight, they're cute, and they sit well. These glasses are designed to filter out blue light emitted by screens and artificial lighting, which can and will interfere with the production of melatonin. I have a red pair and a yellow pair. Red ones are maximum protection, so I wear those the moment it starts getting dark. The yellow ones I actually wear throughout the day if I'm going to be in front of my screens editing and working all day long. These glasses really help my eyes from feeling strained, tired, and dry at the end of each workday, and have truly been a lifesaver to make sure that my sleep is top-notch. Another thing sleep is important for is skin health, and one of the most popular questions questions I get asked is, what is my skincare? Although I truly believe that my skin now is because of my high-fat carnivore diet, I also have been loving this one single red light mask that I also got from Bon Charge. So this is something that is more of an investment piece. It's not cheap. It is something that I have really valued and cherished, especially because I've been traveling so much this year. I think I've had, I don't know, like 20 trips this year so far, either for carnivore meetups, for family, for work, or for vacation. I've been traveling nonstop. And so when I'm traveling and flying a lot, my skin will be a little bit more inflamed, dry, and upset. So to make sure that my skin is hydrated, calm, and happy, I literally travel with this red light mask everywhere I go. I use the highest setting, and I also do it for about 20 to 30 minutes per night with the infrared light setting on. This is so amazing for anyone who wants to calm down and depuff the face because of the amazing red light benefits. And it also helps with cystic acne and flare-ups as well. If you guys are interested in any of the Bon Charge products that I love, I'll make sure to link them down below with my discount code SBGAL for 15% off at checkout. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll see you in my next one. SBG out.